Hello and welcome to another custom figure, well, sort of figure video. Today I'll be looking at my custom Tardises that I've made in order to complete my collection of Tardises from Hartnell to Capaldi. I've made the 70s, the 80s, the War Doctor and the 12th Doctor's TARDIS in order to make sure I got them all. So first I'll be looking at the 70s, then I'll go through to Capaldi's. First off, we'll be looking at my 70s TARDIS. I call this the 70s TARDIS because it was used for John Pertwee through to Tom Baker. Well, at least it's an amalgamation of the sort of thing that it was. So, as you can see, as you can probably tell, this was originally a TARDIS money bank. And all I've done is, like I did with my 70s TARDIS that I showed before, sorry, 80s TARDIS that I showed before, was I hollowed out the inside. You've got to apologise for the paper inside. This is actually the one I originally used for the 80s TARDIS, and I'll give you a clue as to why later when we look at my new 80s TARDIS as to why I swapped it round. So what I've done is I painted the windows black to go with it. Unfortunately I had shiny paint, but like gloss paint rather than matte paint, but I still think they work because they're TARDIS windows. Got the light shining directly on it at the moment, so that's why it comes across a little bit more shiny than they really are. I've also got the black portal open sign and the black signs up here, which I had to replace because I took off the blue signs I originally put on it for the 80s TARDIS. Obviously the door opens inwards, so it's like that. It doesn't have a backdrop because that's not how they had it in the prop. But the main part that I did with this was I cut the roof off and I glued it sort of inside. So if we can open up these doors like this, if you see inside, I sort of glued it upwards. So then rather than it being like, let's compare it to my other money box, which is my 80s TARDIS, it has the two slopes. I instead made it more stumpy, like the prop actually was. So that's the main thing that I've done. It's a shame I didn't take any pictures of me actually building it so I could show you, but I'm sure you get what I mean, where I cut off one row and I pushed it inside in order for it to stick on top. It's a little rough around the edges, but I think it works. I think it looks really smart next to my John Pertwee, which I unfortunately packed away because I'm at uni at the moment. But yeah, I'm really proud of this one, just as much as my other TARDISes that I've also made. I'm going to show you in a minute. Now next is my 80s TARDIS, which is again an amalgamation because I'm going to say it was used for the 5th Doctor all the way through to 7. And even though it's not dark enough, I can mess around with the lighting to make it and use it for the 8th Doctor as well. So now what you'd probably think is this is one, I've shown this TARDIS before on my channel, but actually it's not that one. The 70s one I just showed you is the one that I showed before. I then got a new one, and the reason I did this is because the lights actually work on this one. So I didn't want to cut the top off this one, and that's why the lights still work, and so does the noise. So I didn't cut the top roof off the top of this one, so I could keep the thing. So same like I did before. However, this time I painted it a lighter blue, which I really like, and I've also done the door sign. The lock for the key is also silver rather than gold, and fortunately the doors came out a little odd, so I have to sort of push them in order to make them go inwards. But yeah, the door does open inwards. Again, no backdrop because it's not like that for the prop. It's a shame I can't have this door open with a little telephone inside, but it's not like that. And I've also added the blue signs for the police box sign and the blue pull to open sign, and I've done a little blue tint on all the windows. I really like how the blue came out. It was mostly blue I chose to paint the 12th Doctor's TARDIS, but I thought it really worked for this 70s TARDIS. And again, it looks really good next to my 7th, my 8th, my 5th Doctors, but I have packed them away so I can't show you that right now. But again, I'm proud of this one. This one's also worked and it does look really smart next to my other ones, and I really like it. Next is the easiest custom TARDIS I've done, which is the War Doctors. This was obviously done from a David Tennant money box. Sorry, not a money box. David Tennant flight control TARDIS, which I was very lucky to pick up. and I didn't do anything to this sign because this glows up. What I have done is I've gone with a black Sharpie and I've made the windows black and singed. I've got a pin and I've scratched away the door sign here, and this is a silver Sharpie that I've gone across, and I've tried to replicate the different sort of washed away painty type effect that they have on the prop in the show. And of course I have put the picture of the inside it, which I didn't do this silver because I didn't want to take it apart because I don't trust my electrical skills to put it back together. But if I did do it properly, I would probably paint the floors silver. If I just put the lights on, you can see that it still works and it nicely glows inside, and I'm really proud of it. When it's slightly darker, if I just... there we go, you can see it all lighting up with the door sign and everything, and I really like that. So again, really happy with this one. Was extremely lucky to be able to pick up this TARDIS from a convention cheap enough for me to buy. So yeah, very proud that I have this one as well. Next is one that I wasn't expecting to want or even need, but I got it because it was someone was selling it for what, 50p or £1 or something from a car boot sale, and I just couldn't resist getting the 11th Doctor's one. And there's not much you can do with the 11th Doctor's one to turn it into a different TARDIS. There's not many other versions of that TARDIS from Series 5 and 6. So really the only thing I could do was use it to turn it into the Series 7B and Capaldi's for 8 and 9. So literally all I've done is I've got a lighter blue and I painted it a lighter blue. It's come out okay. I think my paint job could have been a little bit better. It does look like a better blue in person than it does on screen right now, but it's a shame the windows in the Series 5 one again. Well, it's a shame they don't light up, but it's a shame that they're black rather than the white like the Christmas Carol one. But it does have all the lights still working. So, and of course I've included the backdrop image for the Series 8 TARDIS, or Series 8 onwards TARDIS. And of course I just turned it on, but there's no interior light like you get with the other ones, which is really disappointing. But yeah, again, what I would like to do is probably, when I open this up, be able to put the telephone just in there, in a little box instead, because that would look smarter. But at the moment I've still got the telephone like that for Series 5. And oh, and again, I haven't painted the floor silver like I probably should do, but it's quite dark floor, so I think it still works, and I'm quite proud of it. Again, not one I was expecting to make, but now that I got it, I think it's come out quite well. So that brings us to the end of this figure video, or TARDIS video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you've never seen one of my videos before and you want to go check out another, this will be part of a playlist. You can find it on my channel. I've done many other custom figures and I'm going to bring out some more videos soon. If you want to see one of my animations, I've also brought out Series 1 Part 1 of the 10th Doctor in a Parallel Universe that you can check out on my channel right now. I'm working on the scripts and working out a time in which I can animate the second half of the series that should be out hopefully near the beginning of 2017 rather than the end. So please look forward to that. And again, comment, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you and goodbye.